Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to the Directions Live online webinar series by Esri Malaysia. My name is Ami Faisal, and I'm your host for today's session. So, introducing today's presenter is my good friend Luke In Ping, our senior industry consultant with the enterprise consulting team of Esri Malaysia. So, without any further ado, I shall pass the presentation to Luke. Over to you, Luke.
Okay, thank you, Amir, for the introduction. Let's look at our topic today, the Geo-Precision Agriculture, or we call it Geo-PA, tool for smarter predictive farming. Today, we will discuss on the first part of the Geo-PA package, that is the area segment solution. So, human expansion throughout the world has caused the agriculture become a dominant form of land management globally. Human influence on the land is accelerating because of rapid population growth and increased food requirement. Agricultural land is typically land devoted to agriculture that legally acquired from authority with premium paid for the purpose, particularly either rearing of livestock or production of crop in order to produce more food for human. However, fertile agricultural land for cultivation is decreasing and becomes scarcity due to the land use competition as well as for conservation purposes. And in this digital era, transformation era, precision agriculture practices have become more vital and fundamental for land resources management in agriculture sector. Land must be managed carefully with the help from information technology and validated for the use in order to synergize productivity at optimal level. So let's look at the context of Malaysia by referring to the Department of Statistics Malaysia. In 2018, the agriculture sector have contributed 7.3%, the equivalent to RM 99.5 billion to the gross domestic product. Agriculture has served as number 4 important sector to the national GDP growth. Oil palm was the major contributor to the GDP of agriculture sector in 2018, 39%, and this followed by other agriculture activity, livestock, fishing, forestry, logging, and rubber. So let's look at the land resources available for oil palm cultivation Malaysia. The government policy has decided to cap at 6.5 million hectare for oil palm plantation by 2030. 2033. We can see from the graph at the right-hand side of your screen showing that land expansion for oil palm plantation has slowed down since 2017. Traditionally, agriculture industry from government to private sector, from big plantation to smallholder, will increase their crop production by expanding their land cultivation area. However, with current limited land resources and tightened government policy, the agriculture operator shall seriously look into land resource optimization for crop production instead of acquiring new land for cultivation. The key driver today to increase the crop production is not by expanding cultivation area, but to increase the productivity per unit area. According to MBOB average FFB yield for oil palm estate in Malaysia, there are still big productivity gap in between plantation operator from various states. Before they can increase the productivity to optimal level, the operator shall first ask themselves if the land given to them is fully planted, how accurate is their land area statement for plantation operation planning and management. The crop density is at optimal level or not. It is validated. What kind of technology can help them to validate the area statement and planting profile? So we look at the technology side, how we can help you in this. I just provide a holistic solution for digitalized agriculture and land record management, ranging from the land asset management that you do inventory, validation, manage, and publish accurate land record to planning and analysis, field mobility, operation awareness, and to stakeholder engagement. The current pandemic has shown that the value of digital operating model and is likely to force many companies to speed up their digital innovation and transformation. The aim for digital transformation is to let the industry become smarter, and your business activity is being operated more and more in real time and seamlessly. The driver for digital transformation may vary from one company to another. However, this often boils down to the key driver, enablement of location intelligence throughout the entire operation. This is a bold and interesting vision that we have one system among us rather than individual pieces. We get connected with the knowledge that we create and share, and we share it with everyone across the organization. By using the AGIS technology, we have created three precision agriculture solution that we call it Geo-PS solution. The first one is the area statement solution, a master record of land bank and planting profile in the common view of dashboard, accessible by anyone, anywhere, anytime in organization. The FAP harvesting monitoring solution, number 2, recording of harvesting data up to block and plot basics, enable gap analysis for actionable decision making. Number 3, the replanting planning solution with a set of tools, apps, and best practices developed especially for your replanting planning and deployment. So for today's webinar, I will run through the first application of the area statement solution that we package into the Geo-PS package. And this is for plantation owner to rapidly deploy the application for precision farming, while the other two will be covered in the coming series of webinars. So let us move to the first Geo-PS solution of area statement. It is a monthly report to update on the land use changes. We see some challenges faced by the plantation operator in using the traditional way of area statement reporting in tabular and even a hard copy format. During the start transition, the new person in charge took over the estate will need to spend at least 3 to 6 months to familiarize on the area at the ground level. Area statement may have more than one version. It is not synchronized for you across the organization. Area statement heritage on the paper often not lead to map or actual on the ground. No tool to validate the final area statement unless physically to resurvey again the boundary. Hard copy plantation map generated not optimized for use, stored nicely in the office cabinet, and field staff often have no access to the map that can help them in the daily operation. So our solution that can help in this issue are to deploy the easy configure area statement dashboard to create the digital twin of your area statement on cloud, showing a master record on land use changes and planting profile. So all this validated through the AGIS software. And we also incorporate in-field mobile map, area statement web map available into your field worker mobile, working online and offline, showing the detail of area statement and planting profile for references and assistance in the field. And then the anticipated key benefit for this deployment is increase in operational efficiency, data standardization for use across the organization, better staff engagement and collaboration, and simple measurement tool that you can use in the field. So let us move into the demo session to see how the area statement solution works. So imagine that I'm the estate manager. Today, I need to report my estate area statement in the monthly operation meeting to my newly onboard regional manager. During the reporting, let me first zoom to my estate using filter function for country, region, and my plantation. Traditionally, I can only show the tabular heritage to my boss without correlating to map. Now I can click on the data and then show corresponding location and planting profile. Green color coded area is mature block, while the red color coded area is immature block. The detail of planting profile can be shown as well. The planting material, your planting, stem per ha, and all area data is validated through ArcGIS software. I can report also the total planted area in my estate, unplanted area, the average stem per ha, and also showing the progress of planted hectareage last month, infilling activity. Apart from this, I can also correlate the soil profile data with my block as well as the soil sampling data that we can correlate to block. So this also include other data like weather live feed data from external source. So the best part of this area estimate solution is that I can share my estate map into my regional manager mobile phone. He will have all the area detail and planting profile in his palm for his operation. He can sketch on the infield mobile apps during his visit, write down comment and share with me for corrective action to be carried out. He can also use a simple measurement tool like measuring a distance from the point A and point B and get the length without the need to call the field surveyor. Apart from this, we can also measure an area and get the length hectareage and get the answer in real time. Everything is operates seamlessly without the delay. And then all this we can actually share through web map, and then all the connected user will get the same result and put everyone in the same page. So to add on, ArcGIS is able to manage and integrate all type of spatial reference data. Not only the vector data you saw just now in the area estimate solution, but it covers from image that you can actually acquire from drone or satellite, tabular data, unstructured data from document and text, 3D data, real-time IoT data from sensor, big data, LiDAR, and bin data. And ArcGIS system is a system that support not only one app, but also out of the box apps like field apps, design apps, desktop app, and apps such as ArcGIS Pro that you can bundle together to create additional solution for your plantation operation. Some example of the use cases can be deployed, developed using the market-leading ArcGIS software, ArcGIS technology. We can go to the number one, harvesting monitoring, a record of FFP bunching field data to office for production monitoring. We can also create replanting planning, a set of tools that to model the replanting design and for infield deployment assistance. So these two we will cover later on in the next series of webinar. We can also covering subject on the sustainability used to capture the conservation activity like demarcating the HCV area, biod assessment record, etc. and etc. While from the water management, we can use the technology to monitor the water level and overcome the flood issue that facing by the plantation operation. Of course, we can also develop using the technology to create solution for soil and foliar sampling. It is to link the nutrient level in soil and foliar to product to link to production performance. And feed management as well to integrate the vehicle movement in the infield operation for informed decision making on resources planning and management. We can deploy the technology also to capture the supply chain data, the traceability on the oil palm from the FFP production, from smallholder to trader to plantation and estate to palm oil mill, refinery, and end to the end customer. Health and safety tracking on the progress of incident and OSH reporting. And last but not least, pest and disease, recording the plant health profile and also the P&D pest and disease effect history for mitigation measure. There is a lot of solution that can be developed using the system, and this is not only limit to above list. So just to wrap up, the GIS system is used to implement the system of record, particularly in area statement solution. It's recording all your land data into a reliable geodatabase. It's a system of insight for you to do analytics and generate insight for your business intelligence. And lastly, a system of engagement is to open up GIS to a much larger community in your organization. These three cornerstones are the fundamental design of the ArcGIS system, leveraging the power of location and bringing all this together. Typically in IT, these are separated systems, but by design, in ArcGIS, this is one of the systems and give us huge synergy. And this technology is continue advancing. So just to wrap up, the solution mix for this presented Geo-Precision Agriculture package. So the area statement solution, the for the land use heritage validation component, we are using the ArcGIS Pro desktop to validate all the land heritage and then publish to the common view of dashboard. So the common view area statement dashboard, we are using a one view system using the ArcGIS dashboard platform to publish so that everyone can have a similar page to view the area statement for their operation and to carry out to make some decision inside the field. So the third component of the solution is the in-field mobile apps. So plantation map in the fingertips and share the finding across the member of the organization. We are actually using the ArcGIS Explorer. So there are some resources and contact to get further info on the Geo-Precision Agriculture solution and as display. So you can drop us an email and we will go in touch. We can actually discuss with you further on what kind of solution that you are actually require to help you in managing your organization land record. So with this, I end my presentation and hand over back the floor to Amir for Q&A section. Thank you. Amir, over to you.
All right, thank you, Luke. That was an interesting presentation on the Geo-Precision Agriculture Part 1. So please stay tuned. There's going to be Part 2 and Part 3 to the Geo-Precision. So we've had a couple of questions come through. And if you have been listening intently to Luke and you haven't had a chance to type out your question yet, there's still some time, so you can do that in the question pane. Now, to just kick off, we have one from the audience over here. Luke, the question goes is, how long did it take to implement the area statement solution? Over to you, Luke.
Yeah, thank you, Amir. And thank you for the question. Actually, the area statement solution, we are using the configurable ArcGIS platform. So it can be deployed quickly. So we can actually deploy the area statement solution within a week. So that will be my answer. Thank you.
All right, great. So let's move on to the next one. The next question goes, can I do a select by attribute query in the dashboard? Can I do a select by attribute query in the dashboard? Over to you.
Yep. Yep. Thank you for the question again. We can actually configure some function so that you can actually do selection and filter from the dashboard. That is actually configurable and then you can actually categorize. You can do the selection and through the dashboard, even not through the ArcGIS desktop. Is it, the answer is yes, it is possible.
All right, thank you. Just to add on that, so dashboard, we also have what we call a widget called selectors, where we can actually use that to create attribute filterings within the dashboard. So that actually complements to the attribute query within the dashboard. And let's move on to the next question. I believe this is referencing your example just now. Is the map geo-reference? Question goes. Over to you, Luke.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for the question again. Yes, thank you for the question again. Yes, all the map is actually geo-reference. So because we need to geo-reference, and then the area can be actually the length hectareage can be calculated accurately. So of course, the method for geo-reference, then you will need to get the accurate referencing device, so that your map is actually at the high level of accuracy. Okay, that will be my answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Luke. So moving on, we have another question here. The question goes, is it possible to report issues on tree level, for example? Over to you, Luke.
Yep. Yeah, thank you for that great question. So as I mentioned in the earlier presentation, so the area statement solution, it didn't actually mark the end of the solution. It's actually just marking the beginning of the solution that you can create more application and then complement to that solution. So you can actually add on more data that you collect from the field, like the tree health. So you can actually incorporate into the solution. Without actually we can develop additional solution separately for your tree health assessment. So that is possible. So you didn't actually create the solution from the scratch, but you can actually leveraging the area statement, took part and taking part of the component, and then you can actually put on additional information that relate to that component, say the area and pump. So you can actually develop more solution to cater for your operation use. So this is possible. Okay, thanks for the question.
Okay, so the next one goes, can this solution apply to monitor other crop activities? Over to you, Luke.
Yes, thank you for the question. Yes, so all the crop is actually planted on the land. So the same concept can be applied throughout the different crop. It's just that the indicator that reported will be subjected to the crop management. So if you apply to the durian plantation, then the indicator that it's actually reported will be applied to durian plantation operation. So you can actually configure and to retrieve different indicator that support your daily operation. Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, thank you. So we move on to the next question. Is it possible for this solution to be integrated with water level, for example, IoT data?
Yes. So thank you for the question again. The answer is yes. So you can actually integrating different kind of IoT data, IoT sensor, ranging from not only from water level, you can actually bring in the IoT data from the weather, like the rainfall, the wind speed. So all this data is actually consolidated to the to our system, and then we can actually retrieve the data and then plot the trend and pattern for you to have in-depth knowledge on the environmental performance, and then this will give you insight so that you can actually make actionable decision for your plantation operation. I think yes, the answer is yes for the IoT data. Thank you.
All right, so we have another question over here. So let's take a look. The next question goes, does your satellite imagery have the resolution to identify the individual palm trees. So I guess the question is saying that does our imagery gives a clear image to we can actually identify our palm trees, or perhaps it would be more suitable to use drone imageries over here.
Yep.
Over to you, Luke.
Yeah, thank you for this great question. So again, Esri, we have actually acquire more best resources and for the live feed to the best map data pool. So we are actually getting more and more data from the supplier, and then to make this actually more uh, representable for your daily operation. But of course, not all the data, not all the satellite images in each of the area is actually clear enough to identify the country. So I think this the alternative solution is that you can use your drone image. So you bring in your drone image and with the proper georeference and with the high resolution of accuracy, that you can use that drone image to supplement for the tree counting activity. That you can have more clearer data for you to digitize your hectarage. So that will be my answer. Thank you for the question.
All right, great, Luke. So that means it's better to use the drone imagery, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question over here. Okay, is there any example or demo instances available to look at for this Geo-Precision Agriculture, even if it is just sample data? Do we have anything for that, Luke?
We please I think first we thank you for your question again. So we can actually show you the demo. So you just can drop us an email. So we can actually through a conference call or come to your place. We can actually show you the demo for you to actually assess whether the solution fit to your organization or not. So please give us a email on this, or you can actually call from the contact. So we have a representative that will pick up your query, and then we will feedback to you. Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's best, yeah, to contact us so that we can actually assist you further on that one. So moving on, let's take a look if we have the next question over here. All right. The next question, Luke, is can we use this solution to monitor forest fire and palms damage assessment? Is that possible, Luke?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So yes, the answer is yes. We can actually further leveraging on the area segment so that we put in the live feed data from the satellite on the forest fire. So then you can have a daily update on the forest fire occurrence, whether it's inside your plantation or actually outside. So you can use that to cross-check inside the field, and then you take necessary action to put off the fire so that we are actually taking care of our environment. So then the plantation operation is not actually linked to the open burning activity. So thank you for the question again.
All right, great. So that's all the time we have today for the question sessions. And if we have not answered your questions, we will surely reach out to you with a response later. So moving on. Okay, just a little about what's coming up next on our webinar series. So on the September 23rd, we have another webinar where we shall take a look at how location intelligence plays a role in the retail so that sales growth with precision can actually be achieved. So do keep a lookout for this space, esrimalaysia.com.my/webinars for the upcoming events and webinars. So really love your feedback. So take the time to fill out the brief survey that you'll see pop up at the end of the session. And further feedback or questions can be sent directly to events@esrimalaysia.com.my, And finally, if you would like to rewatch this webinar or share with your colleagues, the recording will be shortly available on the Esri Malaysia events page. I want to thank you, Luke, again, and thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you for the next Direction Live online webinar series. Goodbye.